And a good day to you, Explorer Nation. John Lynskey here with episode nine, almost double digits of Did You Know? Fun facts about Columbus High School. In this episode, we'll continue to work our way into the mid 70s, one of the more interesting decades in Columbus history. So, with that in mind, did you know in April 1973, the Drama Club put on an exhilarating performance of the musical Oliver in the cafeteria, singing and dancing with Columbus boys and Lord's Girl? Very well done. Did you know the varsity baseball team, the 1973 varsity baseball team, went 19-11 and advanced to the state finals, losing the title game to Tampa Catholic, the first major sport to play for a state championship. The team was led by pitcher Ed Lynch, who went on to have an 8-year career in the major leagues with the Mets and the Cubs, and eventually Ed became the GM of the Chicago Cubs. Now, here's a true DYN for you. Head coach Bob Lewis would become the only coach in CCH history to lead both the varsity baseball and the varsity football teams to a state title game. You can take this to the bank. That feat will never be accomplished again at Columbus because there's just no way one man will be the head coach of both football and baseball. So that's quite an accomplishment. Did you know in October of 1973, Jerry York, music critic for The Log, recommended the four following albums: Brothers and Sisters by the Allman Brothers Band, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions, and For Every Man by Jackson Browne. 5 decades later, I'd still recommend those albums. They have stood the test of time. Now, speaking of music, in the fall of 1973, a Columbus band program was finally established under the direction of Mr. Joseph Zingale. We've come a long way, haven't we, Mr. Cooper? Did you know the 1973 JV football team went 9-0, a first in school history, and there were some great players on that team that we'll talk about later. Did you know to combat the 1974 energy crisis? Yes, there was no oil, there was no gas, there was no nothing in this country. The air conditioning was turned off in the cafeteria, which was a real bummer because the cafeteria was the only place on campus that was air conditioning. That AC situation would soon change, as would many things in Columbus in the next several years. To find out what these changes were, be sure to tune into the next episode of Did You Know for fun facts about Columbus High School. If you have anything you'd like to share, something I've overlooked, you'd like to clarify, you can either email me or you can email the brains of the organization, Melissa Marty. Be glad to share anything, any recollections you may have. So until the next time, buenos tiempos, take it easy, and adelante, Explorer Nation.